Welcome back, dear viewers. And regarding the tourism sector, as you know, the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, through the Egyptian Tourism Promotion Board, has participated in the IBTM Incentive Business Travel Meetings Expo. This is one of Europe's largest and most significant events for incentive tourism and conferences. And it is, of course, important to know more details about this. But before anything, I'm delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Hazem Hassan, the tourism expert. Good morning, Mr. Hazem.
Good morning.
First of all, I'm delighted to have you in the breakfast show. And before anything, maybe some people would hear about this event for the first time. So would you please shed more light on it and tell me about its importance?
Of course, it's a very important event worldwide, because when we look at this, at its importance, it's an encounter, a very important encounter for all the agencies and the companies working in tourism in general. And every country, every travel agency, big travel agency, they try to show their potential and their capacities to receive tourists, showing all elements in this industry that they possess in their countries. So it's an open meeting for all agencies and all countries working on the industry of tourism.
And in this event, was the interaction with tourists, or it was with the travel agencies? And mainly I'm asking, is it a B2B or a B2C event?
It's more travel agencies and big enterprises working in the field of tourism, mostly in a direct way.
And how was the reaction of these agencies and clients in this event regarding Egypt's participation?
Of course, the reaction is actually positive, and when we look at the effect of this international encounter, Egypt is receiving nowadays a big number of tourism, a large number of tourists, and this is very promising. Even when we look at the situation in the region, we see that the region is not really that stable, but the reaction about Egypt is getting better for the time being.
Yes, Mr. Hazem, taking from your words that the region is not stable, how do you evaluate the Egyptian government's efforts exerted in this regard to attract more tourists, while it is very challenging and the situation is really very, let me say, there are tensions rising in the region. So how challenging is this, and how do you evaluate the efforts exerted in this regard?
Concerning the challenge, of course, we have suffered before from terrorism and lack of security in the country. The government did a great job in the security, because, as you know, if the security is absent from a country, of course we cannot expect an important movement for tourism to this country. So first I have to mention that the efforts of the country were perfect and very efficient to make the situation inside of the country stable. So number one is security. Number two, when we speak about the infrastructure, which is one of the main elements of this great industry, we're talking about new roads, new hotels and premises working in tourism, different new services that started to appear, either on local areas like balloons and kiting and all other activities that were introduced in the tourism, in the Egyptian tourism recently. So when we look at these elements, who are very important, we see that Egypt made a big step forward in this field. When we speak about the weather, of course, when we speak about the weather, Egypt has an excellent weather, and we need to point out this detail much more. We see some other countries in the Mediterranean, like Cyprus, like Greece, they receive a lot of tourists from northern countries, Scandinavians, Canada, in winter for the good weather comparing to their countries. So Egypt started to put itself in this position nowadays, and we're starting to appear on different markets. We appeared in a very timid way before in these markets, but today our presence became very important and very interesting in these new markets.
Yes, of course. On a side note, Mr. Hazem, since we are approaching the Christmas season, how do you see Egypt's participation could attract more tourists in this particular timing?
Of course, when we speak also about organizing events, we copied a little bit on Saudi Arabia in the events to attract the attention of the tourists to come to Egypt and to attend to these events. So I believe in the very near future, we will have, and this is one of the very ambitious plans and projects in Egypt to attract tourists. We're talking about in the near future, we will have our own Disneyland in Egypt. Mm-hmm. So this is one of the news. We spoke about it a few years ago, but I believe that it will need some time, but I have to mention or repeat again these news about Egypt possessing one of the Disneylands.
Would you please elaborate more on this point, because it is very interesting?
In the near future, there is a project with a friend country. I'm talking about Emirates. We are planning to make a Disneyland in Alamein. Mm-hmm. So this will be a very ambitious project, and it will multiply the number of tourists coming to Egypt. For the countries, European countries, for example, instead of crossing the Atlantic to go to the United States, to go to Disney, or to Paris, which is, of course, smaller than Disneyland in Paris is smaller than the other two. We have the capacity to build a bigger Disneyland, so that the capacity would be more important and receiving more tourists to visit this main attraction.
Such mega projects make us all feel proud Egyptians that our country is exerting effort to open new markets. And of course, we're not opening new markets only with the Emirates or Saudi Arabia, but also regarding that, recently we have a visit from the Qatari accompanying delegation to the Qatari delegation to Egypt. So also we have new markets in this regard with Qatar. How do you comment on this?
Qatar started many years ago in the investment in Egypt, like some hotels on the Nile in Cairo. Yes. And they are working now seriously in investing in hotels business especially. And I believe that they got a good experience in this field in their country, in their home country, and they saw very well the potential of investing in this field in Egypt, especially that Egypt possesses many attractions. We're talking about the pyramids, we're talking about Luxor, Aswan, the beaches in the Red Sea and on the Mediterranean. So I believe that Egypt will be a magnet for a lot of investments concerning tourism specifically, not only industry or investing in services in general, but specifically in the services. Egypt today is attracting many investors to invest in the hotels business and the tourism industry.
Yes, and I believe these investors are not only from the Gulf countries, right?
This is true, but I have to mention also that in the field of tourism, most of the investors, they come from the Gulf countries, mm-hmm. Saudi Arabia, Emirates, yes. And Qatar. Yes.
Okay, I should not, of course, miss talking about the Grand Egyptian Museum that all the world is waiting for its official opening. How do you comment on this, and how do you think this mega project would be a turning point in the tourism sector?
Yes, of course. When we speak about this museum, however, there was a delay in its inauguration because it was planned to be in 2012, but unfortunately many events happened, many things happened that created obstacles in front of the inauguration on the deadline. But actually we're working hard on it, especially that we already made a soft opening for the museum. We're talking about the new or the main hall of exhibition that is really compared and even better than so many big museums in the world who are very, very well known. And I saw the reactions of the tourists coming and visiting the museum in the open hall of exhibition today. They were amazed. They were amazed because this museum is really made on all the modern measures of museology. Everything you need is there. You can spend a whole day in this museum without without needing anything. I mean, it's not only a place to exhibit the artifacts, but also you can shop there. You can go shopping. You can eat. You can enjoy some of the shows made with laser. You can spend it's a whole day, a place to spend a whole day for all family members. So I believe this museum is a pride for Egypt and the Egyptians.
Yes, of course. I would like to thank you so much, Mr. Hazem Hassan, for your valuable insights. Thank you, Mr. Hazem Hassan, the tourism expert, for joining us in the Breakfast Show. Dear viewers, this brings us to the end of this episode of the Breakfast Show. I could go on for hours talking to you about the latest updates regarding Egypt activities locally and internationally in different aspects, but unfortunately we came to the end of this episode. That was Reem Tamer with you, and now it's time to say thank you for watching.